welcome again to the 2 cents, 2 pennies podcast. Thank you for chiming in and tuning in to my channel. I'm your host, Nino. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the Boston Celtics went down last night. This is the first matchup since the Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade. This is the first matchup with Luka playing with the Lakers since he played versus the Boston Celtics last year with the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA championship. The Los Angeles Lakers are now on the rotation of facing some of the NBA's Eastern Conference best teams. Remember, this last Thursday night, the Lakers came back and defeated the New York Knicks at Crypto.com Arena. But everything was overshadowed with that win because of the situation or because of what the issue was brewing between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Remember, LeBron James stepped to Stephen A. Smith courtside, had a few words to get off his chest to tell Stephen A. Smith. So even though the Lakers won, what LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith encountered overshadowed all that, but the Lakers did win. The Lakers came into TD Garden Arena with a 8-game winning streak, The Los Angeles Lakers, the Luka Doncic, LeBron James Los Angeles Lakers, are red hot. Unfortunately, when I go back to that New York Knicks game, another star of the NBA, Jaylen Brunson, got hurt. Man, all these stars are getting hurt. Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brunson. Man, what's going on? It's coming down the stretch to playoff time, and the people that you pay money to see, the people that put the star players that put people in the seats to come watch the games, they're all not going to be able to play, or they are going to be on injured reserve. That's really sad. But anyway, the Los Angeles Lakers, again, led by the great LeBron James and now Luka Doncic, strolled up into TD Garden Arena. Interesting thing about this game, people, is that Kristaps Porzingis, the big Boston Celtics center, he didn't play. He was a scratch. He was out due to illness. So, basically, this game was going to be guards and forwards. And it did end up being a very entertaining game because you don't have no big center. And we already know the Lakers don't have no center. So, really no 7-footer. So, it basically was guards and forwards in the game. People are oblivious if they think that the Boston Celtics are still not the front runner coming out the Eastern Conference. And I know people are hollering and chanting about the Cleveland Cavaliers and everybody is disrespecting the Milwaukee Bucks. But the C's are champions for a reason. So that's still my top team that's coming out the East. And I'm not a Boston Celtics fan, but I just see they have the resume. I see what they do when it's time to step up and play. I see how they react in crunch time. The Boston Celtics are still a tough out for anybody, and please do not sleep on them. The big match of the superstars was great. These arguably are maybe these arguably are a quartet of the top 10 players in the NBA right now. You have Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown versus Luka and LeBron. As I say, arguably top 10 players in the NBA right now. That could be a quartet of them. and they did not disappoint. It was a very, very entertaining, very, very high intensified, very, very physical game. Much physicality. I mean, for a minute there, I thought it was going to get kind of chippy. The first half, as I looked at it, was very competitive. The Lakers hung in there because I was thinking the Boston Celtics, once they get going and once that TD Garden crowd get the rocking and rolling, and you know how them Boston Celtics fans is, I was thinking the Lakers might lose their composure and end up possibly getting blowed out. But the Lakers hung tough till halftime. Now, things seem to unravel after halftime. In the third quarter, you can still see its little connectivity since the Lakers got Luka. I mean, on this winning streak, they have came up big, but you got to see still, though, everybody doesn't know everybody. Luka doesn't know all the players. Luka can play off LeBron, and Luka might can play off Austin Reeves, but you can see still, though, they have to get together, and they only going to get better with time. Practice is cool, but you have to go through it. You have to mix it up in the mud to get your continuity or the connectivity together, as I should say, or the continuity. You can say that too. They just gonna have to become more aware of each other, but that's only gonna take time. So I believe in the third quarter, that's what kind of got the Lakers, because the seeds started imposing their will. The return of Drew Holiday was a plus for the Boston Celtics. And we can't forget about the veteran Al Horford. People, doesn't Al Horford seem like he's been around for a long time? Now, Al Horford was the only real true center out there. But Al Horford is nothing but 6'11". So again, you basically had out there guards and forward. You had 1, 2s, and 3s and 4s playing. You didn't have a 5. So that's why this game was off the chart and entertaining. I mean, very good, very good. I heard today that it looks like the Cleveland Cavaliers will win the East. But people, as I just said a few minutes ago, do not count out the Boston Celtics. They have that championship DNA. And they know how to click that switch when that next season starts. And what I mean by the next season is, this is the regular season. But when you get to the playoffs, it's a whole nother season. So, just don't count out the Boston Celtics. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not a Boston Celtics fan, but I got to keep it 100 with you. The Boston Celtics are always dangerous. Unfortunately, here we go, when I go back to seeing, what's up with all the stars getting hurt. Late in the game, LeBron James asked to come out the game. He apparently suffered a deep groin injury. Oh, man. Kyrie got hurt. He tore his knee up. Jaylen Brunson got hurt Thursday versus the Lakers. He limped off. Now, LeBron James ended up asking to come back because apparently he has a deep groin injury and he wasn't able to return. But again, we got to realize LeBron James is 40 years old. The man has played 22 years. And even he's a freak of nature. Now, being a freak of nature and being a machine is two different things. Because even a machine needs to be re-oiled at times. You got to put oil in it. You got to do things to redefine it and get it back and get that machine to start to be producing at its maximum level. So LeBron James, man, he had to leave it deep into the second half of the game and ended up with a groin injury. So we will see what would happen with that. The Lakers fell down by 20, but they made a deep run to cut it to double digit, even though LeBron had went out. Only for Boston and they big time players, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, to come up big. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum end up scoring the final 12 to seal the victory, and the Boston Celtics end up beating the Los Angeles Lakers 111 to 101. So this year they did split the 2-game set, because if you recall, Pete, the Lakers did beat the Celtics when they met earlier in Crypto.com Arena. Jayson Tatum led all scorers. His stat line was 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Jaylen Brown followed up with 31 points. LeBron James, even though he had to default through injury, had 22 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists before leaving in the middle of the fourth quarter. And Luka Doncic, who wasn't Luka of old, but he's still getting his feet under him, and he had 34 points in the loss. But I could see how, when I was watching the game, the Celtics were still kind of exposing Luka like they exposed Luka last year when he played with the Mavericks. I mean, when you play the Celtics, you have to get pinpoint, fast ball movement, because they have great defenders, from Derrick White to Drew Holiday to Jaylen Brown to Jayson Tatum, even Al Horford. Al Horford can step out and guard a 1 or a 2. So, the Boston Celtics end up winning 111 to 101. It has already been said, breaking news, LeBron James will probably be out 1 to 2 weeks with that deep groin injury. The Lakers' next game is the Brooklyn Nets. So we will see. Now, Luka, this is really going to be your team. It's all on you. We're going to see, can the Luka, Doncic, Los Angeles Lakers, can they hold serve and hang in there till LeBron James come back? Because the Boston Celtics just snapped their 8-game losing streak. And the Lakers are second in the Western Conference. So we're going to see, is this trade by getting Luka Doncic going to pay off for Rob Pelinka and Jimmy Buss and the Los Angeles Lakers. This is your man Nino. 2 pennies, 2 cents. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the subscription for my podcast. I'm going to continue trying to mature, and I'm going to keep it a 100 and try to bring topics and discuss to you guys that keep y'all interested. Love.